Considering her long-term role in training killers for the org, this punishment serves as a warning to stop overreaching. The adjudicator leads several bold men into action. They are at it again, true to bold guy style. The ballers dispatch the gang effortlessly, leaving only Morpheus alone. She once gifted John 7 bullets, and now it was time to repay the favor with a knife. Meanwhile, John had been wandering for what felt like days, and with hunger and thirst setting in, he finally passed out. At that moment, a camel herder found her and took her, head included, back to camp. When John awoke, the elder stood before him. The elder asked why she was fighting so hard to stay alive. John replied it was to remember his wife and their love. The elder then decided to throw her a final lifeline. But there was a catch. She had to complete a task and could never escape the high table's grip for the rest of her life. John hesitated. After all, Winston was once his buddy. To stay alive, John agreed to the elder's terms, but let's be honest, fancy talk aside, the tension in the air was palpable. Next thing you know, 2 servants wheeled in and died. The elder demanded John leave his most precious item as a loyalty pledge. John knew not deciding today would complicate matters later. Without hesitation, he chopped off his ring finger and handed the wedding ring left by his wife. The elder smiled and pocketed it. This shows she's done the first step. Now she must eliminate Winston. Upon returning to New York, John was stopped by 2 killers. Just as the 2 prepared to fight, a group barged in, like crashing a party. They were all the bold guy's apprentices, overqualified foes. John remained calm, swiftly took them down. You with me? Sure, together. Then they vanished into the crowd like smoke. He rushed to the Continental Hotel, met Buddy Winston. His friend's offer of a weapon left John in a dilemma. At that moment, the adjudicator arrived at the hotel. Are you backing out? I don't think so. How about you? You planning to shoot him in the head? No, I guess John decided to stick with his buddy too thick, and the adjudicator calmly took out his phone, called the underboss, and expelled Continental Hotel, then exposed their crimes. He left arrogantly without a backward glance. Soon, 2 buses of people arrived outside the hotel, as if for a concert. What do you need? Guns, lots of guns. Winston opened the back steel door with a flourish, and it was quite the sight. John stepped into the armory, loading up like a kid in a candy store. He wished he could stuff bullets into every possible pocket. At this time, the adjudicator found Baldy 55, informing him the hunt was about to start. The 2 busloads outside wore the latest bulletproof armor. As their English arrived in the hotel lobby, John finally completed his arming session. What's your best weapon? What are we doing? Hunting. John knew it was time to show his skills. He turned, opened the weapon vault, and rushed into battle. The elevator whisked him up to the lobby, where he emerged like the Grim Reaper. He hid behind a pillar, ready to unleash his ninjas. He attacked swiftly, thought it was over, turned to leave, only to find foes still lurking. Their bulletproof gear sure works. In crisis, he emptied his mag. Yet the enemy's defense was flawless, so he swiftly reloaded and opened his helmet. He stopped only when sure of defeating the enemy. Meanwhile, Old White's team at the front desk was in dire straits against heavily armed foes. They had no chance. Old White turned pale with fear. Hadn't his men covered him, he'd have been done for. Fight foes effectively. John used an assault rifle, but they were like cockroaches down 1 second, divide by attacking the next. John had to unload more rounds just to take them down. This was exhausting, and left him open to the enemy. Talk about a workout. John had no choice but to flee to the armory. As he asked Winston for heavy firepower, Old White returned, grinning. He had just snagged a handful of live-action pistols from the wall. Seeing this, John jumped right in and grabbed one too. They geared up fast. Next up was a bloody rampage. With live-action rods at the ready, those heavily armored foes became glorified paperweights, barely able to react. After the thrill, ammo capacity is limited. He reloaded and lol smart. John's reloading was amazing. 1 hand loaded 2 minutes 4 bullets, like in a competition. His speed was mind-blowing, ready for anything. With John's shooting skills, any enemy that dared to get close met their mate. His bullets were limited, with assassins constantly arriving. After barely defeating nearby foes, he was attacked from behind while changing weapons. The enemy sensed trouble. John swiftly moved to a hidden corner and counterattacked as the assassins split up. He slid under an enemy, fired 2 shots, and took him down. Another weapon grabber. He was thrown down with 1 move. But as he got back to his feet, he was ambushed by another guard, and in the scuffle, they both tumbled into the water. John was kicked away at a bullet-useless distance. He seized the chance, rushed as the enemy changed magazines. He shoved his gun in the guy's mouth and pulled the trigger. Once he surfaced, he spotted his gunman's demise courtesy of Baldy 55. Spotted Balder smirk, John couldn't just walk away. He chased him straight to the crystal room. Talk about a dramatic showdown. Just as he began searching around, he was ambushed by an enemy hiding in the corner. Classic surprise attack. He tried to get up, but got knocked down again by enemy strikes. With another foe joining the fray, John became a plaything, kicked around like a soccer ball. After brutal hits, John finally got a chance. His drop pistol was right before him. But as he grabbed that weapon, the enemy seemed to vanish into thin air. He began searching frantically, feeling the danger creeping close. As Baldy taunted arrogantly, John watched closely, moving nearer. Then Baldy vanished at the crucial moment. This made John feel something was off. Before he could react, the two earlier foes came back for a second round. Subtitles. This time, after knocking John down, they quickly disarmed him, aiming to kill him. Unexpectedly, John used one as a shield. He not only blocked the other's attack but also took out the shield. Now, it's a one-on-one duel. Want to see John's counterattack? Subscribe.